Good morning, or I'm sorry, my goodness, it's already afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Lisa Lashendro. I am one of the marketing directors here on the annuity side at Insurance Agency Marketing Services, and I'd like to welcome all of you aboard our webinar today. I have the pleasure of introducing Andre and Tim from SILAC. Say hi, guys.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
I'm going to pass it over to them. We've got a really awesome attendance here today. I'm really excited to see all these new names. And for those of you that I recognize those names, welcome back. Love having you back with us on these educational webinars that we host. With that in mind, I'm going to get rolling with a little bit about IAMS. And for those of you that are already contracted and working with the IAMS family, I like to call it, this might be a good time to refresh your memory on some of the pluses and things that you have here at IAMS that you may not be utilizing, that you should maybe call and talk to your director about. And then for those of you that are new to us, and this is the first webinar, again, welcome. Love to have you. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a 10,000 foot view of what you get when you're working with us here at IAMS. Right out of the gate, we want to thank you for giving us a shot and joining our team here. So we do that by giving a new producer builders bonus. As you can see, there's different levels. There's $100,000 premium level all the way up to $1 million premium level. So what that is any premium that you're writing with us in the first 6 months qualifies you at one of these levels. Obviously, the higher the level, the more you qualify for. Now, Steve Murray, a president of our IAMS family here, is really big on thinking outside the box. We love to be creative. I think that's one of the things that makes us really, really different than the rest of the IMOs or FMOs out there that you talk to. No one of you, no single agent or producer works their business the exact same way. So how can we possibly narrow this list down? These are just ideas. You know, if you just want cash for hitting 100,000, we can do that. It'll be around, $750. If you hit the $1 million level and you want to do workshops or things like that, then we'll think outside the box and we'll make something like that happen for you. So never hesitate to talk to us about, how you want to use your producer bonus. We'll definitely help you get creative and make it work for your advantage to build your business. Next, I know nobody likes to turn down a referral. I don't know why you ever would. You love referrals, so do we. But we're going to just give you a little thank you for any of those agents that you refer over to us and that gets contracted or eventually starts doing business with us, whatever it might be. So right out of the gate, when they get contracted, we're going to give them a one-time $50 bonus. When that referral writes their first piece of business, we're going to give you $1,000, and so on and so forth. We're not going to stop there. We are going to continue to give you an override on whatever kind of business that they're doing. So if it's an SPL, you get 0.075. If it's an index annuity, you get 20 basis points. So hey, that's not a bad check to get. I believe we pay those checks out every quarter. So just a nice little bonus for you. We wouldn't have this business without you, so we want to make sure that we're thanking you for that. Next, those of you that are on this webinar, you can definitely agree that our service is the best out there. We do everything from helping you do your case design. We have our new business folks that will stay on the phone with those carriers for an hour or whatever, except SILAC. You never have to do that with SILAC. But we're here to do all the back office stuff for you. So what our goal there is for you to be out speaking to people and having that productive activity instead of the busy work. We want to do that busy work for you, take the take the load off your back there, and so that you can do what you do best, and that's talking to people. Next, I encourage everybody, if you haven't already, get on our IAMS website, register on there. There's a ton of tools that you're wasting away by not utilizing our IAMS website. You've got sales tools. We've got our sales resource library. You can use term quoters. You can look and see what rates are. Just a ton of opportunity there. You can even go back on our website if you had to miss one of our webinars and go to our YouTube channel and our sales support tab and go back and look at this webinar that we're going to do with SILAC, on their Vega product. Let's say you're missing something out, or you just need Tim or Andre to go back over that again with you. Go back on our website, look at the webinar again, and it's at your fingertips. So take advantage of that. Get on www.imzinc.com and away you go. Also on our website is Firelight. Firelight is one of the best tools out there for e-apps, and as you can see on this flyer here, we've got a ton of our carriers on there, including SILAC, you see. So definitely want to use e-apps, and I think the guys on the phone with me can agree that when you do use Firelight, the application on the carrier side runs so much quicker as well. So if you really want to get that piece of business paid as soon as possible and in your client's hands as soon as possible, Firelight is the way to go. So make sure. All right. Next, we have our creative marketing solutions. I call this my creative marketing team because they're phenomenal at being just thinking outside the box. I mean, some of the ideas they come up with for my advisors that utilize them for logo designs, or shoot, I've had them do yard fences for workshops and things. I mean, they they really can do it all. Website design, social media consulting, the whole 9 yards. So anything that you are looking to maybe change up, create, or update in your business, give your marketing director a call and we can guide you to the right direction as far as finding solutions for that. We also do supply retirement analyzer to our contracted producers that are keeping a stable production going. We take the cost of that. Retirement analyzer is a nice tool to have in your back pocket for, when you're going over annual reviews, showing, the client where their shortfall is, showing what their tax consequences are going to be, all sorts of things. And it comes in a nice organized fashion, easy to read charts, things like that. So once you start writing your business with us here at IAMS, and this is something that you would think that would be very useful for you, don't hesitate to give your marketer or us a call. We'll be happy to get that set up for you. Ooh, we've got IAMS Wealth Management, guys. Don't forget about these guys and gals over at IAMS Wealth Management. They are here to help you keep those clients in your own backyard. I have conversations every day with my agents that maybe they don't want to be registered, maybe they're not interested in getting their securities license, but they sure do hate trying to do the right thing for the client. Maybe they should be in mutual funds or something like that, but they're nervous about referring them to Mr. Broker Dealer down the street because that broker dealer or that other securities license agent will probably try to get the rest of their business. Here's a way you can control that. Zach in our office and our IAMS Wealth Management team, he's happy to take care of those clients for you. If you do ever decide to get your securities license, not a problem. Zach's going to transfer that client right back to you as soon as you get as soon as you're registered with IAMS Wealth Management. So the goal here is to really make sure that we're providing you with every advantage that we can for you to have a productive year going forward, and and being that resource. Now, let's say you're interested in getting your securities license, we can help you there too. They've got a lot of opportunity over there in helping you build that business, whether it's developing a website, doing all the compliance stuff for you. I know when I was registered, the compliance stuff was the biggest pain I ever had to deal with. Well, IAMS Wealth Management does it for you. So definitely give us a call. Call anybody over there. Call your director. We'll hook you up with the person that you want to get in contact with to answer those questions. And with that, I'm going to set a poll here for anybody that is interested in knowing more about IAMS Wealth Management. I strongly suggest you click a yes here and let us know. And our boy Scott will be giving you a call. So I'll just give this a few minutes. While I'm waiting for this poll, and it looks like we've got everybody that's answered or participated that we're gonna. So I appreciate you guys for doing that. Close that. Keep moving here. I want to talk a little bit about our trips. We do have time left to qualify for our next Top Producer Summit trip. This isn't all expense paid, obviously. By us here at IAMS, we're going to take you around the Mediterranean on a cruise ship. So starting off in Rome, swinging by some places in Italy, going to Greece, and end up back in Venice, Italy. So I would not say no to this trip ever, ever. But it takes 4.5 million points to qualify. Qualification period ends June 30th, 2022, guys. So if you've got some big cases coming along, it won't take much to get qualified for this trip as one of your perks and working with us here at IAMS. Next, we do have our Life and Annuity Academy coming. Hopefully COVID doesn't ruin our plans for the next one that we hope to have. But this is a 2-day, all expense paid by us here at IAMS, where we take care of your travel, food, drink, everything, and you're going to be rubbing elbows with the other, $1 million+ producers in the industry, sharing ideas, talking about concepts. It's going to be more of those advanced strategies and things like that that are going to help you separate yourself from the other guy. So when you see the Life and Annuity Academy opening up for registration, I would definitely put your name in the hat there. We only have a certain amount of seats available, so definitely want to make sure you get there. If you know that this is something that you want to go to, hands down, no matter what, go to our IAMS website. You can still register for our Life and Annuity Academy, and then when it does come around the next time, you'll have your name in the hat and you'll be done. Of course, we have Facebook. Of course, we have LinkedIn. So here's our Facebook, LinkedIn pages here. I encourage you all to, take a look at that, like, share us. We always put on, good educational pieces that are going to be important to you, keeping you in the know what's going on out there, along with our marketing emails that we try to keep you in the loop on. And with that, I am done with my piece here. As we move along, I want to encourage folks. Tim and Andre, are you cool if I open up the chat box and let them interrupt you and ask you questions?
Yeah, go for it.
Are you ready for the challenge?
I think we can accept the challenge.
That's what I like to hear. All right, so look at the questions box there, guys. I'm going to keep my eye on it. I'll interrupt these our boys over here at SILAC, and they'll be happy to take on those questions. And with that, I am going to go share my screen with Am I doing this Andre or Tim?
I think Andre wanted to open it up just a little bit, a little before me, but he's muted right now.
Oh, do I need to unmute him? You self-muted.
Okay, there we go. I was pushing the button. I thought, Lisa, you're plotting on me there, but
No.
thank you. So I won't take up a lot of your time. I just want to quickly introduce myself and my counterpart, Tim. My name is Andre Thompson, the regional director, and we appreciate the time that you are taking to allow us to talk about our platform, in particular, our new FIA. Just to be clear, we have a number of different options out there in the fixed annuity space. We have some MIGA products, our secure savings and a secure savings elite product, and then we have transitioned to our Teton and our Teton bonus, and then we have a Denali to Denali bonus. What we'll be touching on today is a product that we just introduced the end of last year, so you might have not have seen it, and that's why we're so bullish on trying to get in front of people like yourselves to talk about the opportunities today, because we think it's going to be a great fit. My counterpart, Tim Swoboda, the other regional director, is going to highlight the opportunities and where you can position this product within your clientele. So I will let him go in and dive into this now. But again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to IAMS or follow up with us, and we can definitely dive in deeper if need be. So Tim, feel free to run with it.
Hold on, I don't see your screen. There,
Thanks,
I see.
Andre. Can you see my screen now?
I see you now.
Perfect. Well, hey, good afternoon, everybody. As Andre and Lisa both mentioned, my name is Tim Swoboda, and we are SILAC, going to show you the awesome new Vega product that was launched late last year. If you haven't seen this, this is a webinar you want to pay close attention to. Now, I will just give everybody a piece of advice. This does not count towards your product training. So after you get done watching this webinar, I know each and every one of you have clients that are going to want to take a part of this Vega product. You need to go to the Reg Ed website and complete the product training before you can take an application for Vega. So let's go ahead and get started here. With when we develop new products, we kind of do things a little bit differently. So what we try to do is we look at the entire annuity marketplace and we say, hey, what marketplace can we go to and really penetrate and really be effective? But we also have to look at, hey, when we penetrate this marketplace, we want to make sure that our benefits are not only strong, but meaningful. And in comes the electable benefit part. And just like our Teton, just like our Denali products, we certainly don't want to take it away from the poor account value growth, as many of these annuities out there do. And we certainly, this is my favorite line, we don't want to end up in the middle, all right? I love saying we're number one. I will never say we're number two. We might be 1.5, but we love being number one, all right? And just to carry on that story, we want to do everything that we can without a fee, but yet still add our own twist to the product. So when we started coming together with ideas, we think we checked every single one of these wishes off. And out came the gate was Vega. Vega is a very clean and simple product. We love clean and simple products. I don't like talking to my personal clients for 45 minutes how a product works. If I can talk to them in 20 minutes or less, that's what I like. And Vega holds true to that concept. Now, Vega is a little bit different than our Teton and Denali product because this time, this product is focused on what's called benefit accumulation, which we're going to talk about in just a little bit. But this benefit accumulation provides a ton of flexibility for not only the client, but also the beneficiaries. And due to our level option budget that we hold true with our Teton and Denali series, we are able to still hold true on Vega to provide consistency inside the product, especially in terms of renewals. So with Vega, let's talk about the product design to really wrap our heads around how this Vega product works. So just like every other annuity out there, there's an account value. Inside Vega, the account value consists of the premium plus any interest credits the client earns. This is where the client can take free withdrawals, their RMDs, if they surrender the contract. This is where it's going to come from. We have awesome health riders, which we're going to talk So we have awesome health riders that we're going to talk about, and the account value is where the lump sum death benefit is going to come from. Now, in addition to the account value, remember, Vega is solely focused on benefit accumulation. There's a benefit value. Now, pay close attention because this is where, the meat and potatoes really come into play here on this product. So the benefit value is not only the premium, excuse me, but also where the benefit bonus goes in, along with a multiplier of interest credits. Now, this benefit value is where the client can take one of 3 different types of withdrawal options. So it is packed full of flexibility. So the client can either take increasing, level, both of which still have our wellness withdrawal feature that you see on Denali. We added a new feature called accelerated, which we're going to talk about. And the beneficiaries can access any benefit value as an enhanced death benefit. So with Vega, let's talk about the product details real quick. We're not going to change a thing. So as far as the account value is concerned, all of our indexing options are available with Vega. Most importantly is that last bullet point. I should have blown that up so it's font 100, but you're going to hear me say this a ton of times in this webinar. There are no fees on Vega whatsoever. Let's first talk about the Vega bonus. All right, there are 2 lines. There's a Vega and the Vega bonus. As you see on your screen here, there's a 7, 10, and 14-year chassis on the bonus line. The 7-year, remember, this is a benefit bonus, not a premium bonus. The 7-year is going to give the client a 20% benefit bonus, and there's a 25% benefit bonus on the 10 and 14. Now, to really kind of show these multipliers, all right, there's 2 different forms of multipliers. There's a deferral and payout. Very simply, deferral means income hasn't started. Payout, it's when income has started. So on these multipliers, check this out. On the 7-year, we're going to take 150% of whatever the account value does and apply that to the benefit value. It's 175 on the 10, and no, it's you're not seeing things, but 200% on the 14. Just what does that look like? Well, here's an example. If we had the account value earn a 4% interest credit and the client was in the Vega bonus 14, we take that 4%, we get to multiply it by 200. That means there's going to be an 8% adjustment inside of the benefit value. Now, we like to add our own twist, as I said before. So we did just that. Now, you might be saying, Tim, this is no different than what's already out there. How did you make it better? Well, I'm going to show you. What we decided to do is we looked at taking this bonus out and putting it back into the product. So on the non-bonus chassis, look at this. Now, again, there's no bonus, but there's 3 different chassis, a 7, 10, and 14. But we're going to give the client a 250% multiplier in deferral on the 7, a 275 on the 10, and don't fall out of your chair, but a 300% multiplier on the 14. Now take a look at this example. We're going to assume the same scenario as we saw before. The account value had a 4% interest credit. They were in the Vega 14. Guess what? 4% times 300. That means they could see a 12% adjustment on that benefit value. Now, the power of the multiplier, this is how important it is, okay? Not only do we have account value for account value growth, but the benefit value is just as important. So we're going to look at just a quick example on the Vega 14 on how these multipliers work. Now, in year 1, we're going to assume the client received a 3% interest credit. Remember, deferral mode is what we have to look at when income is not started. So we get to take that 300%, we get to multiply, or take that 3%, multiply it by 300, they're gonna see a 9% adjustment. Take a look at year 3, 10.29. You can only imagine what 300% is of this. Actually, you don't have to imagine, I'm gonna tell you, that's almost 31% of an adjustment that is seen in the benefit value. And even in bad years, I love saying this, I love annuities, 0 is your hero, right? You can't go backwards, especially on a product that doesn't have fees. So 0 times 300 is 0, the benefit value remains the same. That is the power of that benefit multiplier. really boosting the benefit value. Now in the Vega Bonus 14, I just want to show this real quick to make things clear. Yes, there is a bonus, but as you see on the top right hand corner of your screen, that's where the bonus is applied to the benefit value. So in Vega Bonus 14, there's a 25% bonus. Your account value remains at the premium that the client put in, and the bonus is seen on the benefit value. Now you might be thinking, Tim, all right, that is pretty cool, but how can my client access that benefit value? Well, I'm going to show you. There are 4 ways or 3 ways that a client can access the benefit value. Number 1, it could be in the form of increasing lifetime withdrawals. Number 2 could be level lifetime withdrawals, both of which have the wellness withdrawal feature. Or number 3, the accelerated withdrawal option. All right, this is new. Nobody else has this, so we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. In the enhanced death benefit, that is a feature that the beneficiaries could access from the benefit value. Now let's start with increasing lifetime withdrawals. So with increasing lifetime withdrawals, as I said earlier, this is one of the options the clients can choose from. Now, increasing lifetime withdrawals have the lowest payout percentages, which we're going to see in a chart in just a few minutes. But it's just what the name says. It's increasing. That means the income withdrawal will increase. All right. The wellness withdrawal is available on this option, but here's what we got. On the 7-year contract, there's a 7-year wait before income can be started. All right. And on the 10 and 14, there's a 10-year wait. We're going to look at an example of how this increasing income works in just a second. But here are your payout percentages for increasing withdrawals. All right, for both single and joint. This chart shows you the ages in 5-year increments. All right, so if there's an age that falls anywhere between there, we're going to add just 10 basis points to that. And that's what the payout percentage is. Now, once income is started, just remember that payout percentage is locked in. Let's look at an example. We're going to look at Vega 14. We're going to look at $100,000 going in. And remember, on Vega 14, we have to defer this for 10 years before the client can start taking income. Now, I'm going to show you in this example the power of deferral and also the payout multiplier and how income can increase. So in year 10, remember, we are still in deferral mode. We haven't satisfied that 10-year wait yet. But we're going to assume the client received a 2.81% interest credit. Remember, in deferral mode on the Vega 14, we get to take a 300% multiplier, giving our benefit value an adjustment of almost 8.5%. So 358,625 is the benefit value. After the 10-year wait, the client says, hey, I want to turn on income. We apply the appropriate payout percentage based upon their age and whether it's single or joint. And boom, the client's going to start receiving $16,138. But the show doesn't stop there. Why? Because we're in increasing income. We're going to assume the client receives a 3% interest credit after taking income. Now we look at the payout multiplier of 200%. So 200% of 3% is 6%. That means that our income from the previous year of $16,138, we're going to add 6% to that, meaning the next year's income is going to be $17,107. That is the power of the payout multiplier and how increasing income works. And you can see some of these years. Look at that. How would you like to go back to your client and say, hey, guess what? You got almost a 20.6% adjustment in your income. This is a big, big deal. And I think one of the really strong highlights of the increasing income opportunity on Vega. Now with level, all right, this is another form another option the client can choose. Just like its name, it's a level payout. Once income starts, it's not going to change, all right? It's going to remain level. The wellness withdrawal option is available on this as well. Just like the previous withdrawal option, there's a 7-year wait on the 7-year contract and a 10-year wait on the 10 and 14. Here are those payout percentages. They are slightly higher on the level withdrawal option. Well, I'm going to show you a microsite where you can gain all of this information, but here they are for level. Let's take a look at an example. So just like what we saw before, we looked at Vega 14, putting $100,000 in. We have to defer for 10 years, right? We look at the benefit value before the client starts taking income, $358,625. We apply the appropriate payout percentage, and the client's going to start receiving $17,931. Guess what? What's income going to be next year? $17,931. How about the year after that? $17,931. It is not going to change. It's just like its name, a level income. Now with wellness withdrawals, this is no different. If you have written a Denali contract, so again, this is only available on the increasing or level lifetime withdrawal option. But what we're going to do with wellness withdrawals, if the clients can't perform 2 out of the 6 activities of daily living, we are going to double their income for a maximum of 5 years on a single payout, and it's going to be 1.5 times for 5 years on a joint payout. After the 5 years is up, we're going to revert back to the original income amount, and the contract is going to continue to pay out for the rest of the client's life. Again, this is strictly ADL driven. Those ADLs, think of those as a bed contract, BED, bathing, eating, dressing, continence, toileting, transferring. Those are your ADLs, all right? That's how the client can activate the wellness withdrawal benefit on increasing or level withdrawals. Now let's talk about the accelerated withdrawals. This is the newest one. Like I said, I don't know of anybody else that has this concept. But what we're going to do is we're going to allow the client to take the benefit value and pay it out over to them in a specified period of time. Now, just like what we saw before, there's a waiting period before this can be activated. It's a 7-year wait on our 7-year contracts and a 10-year wait on our 10 and 14. Now, if the client was in Vega, all right, the non-bonus chassis, we're going to take that benefit value and pay it out over 10 years. If they were in the bonus, the Vega bonus product, we're going to take that benefit value and pay it out to them over 15 years. Let's look at an example. Same one that we saw before. They have to wait 10 years. This is the Vega 14, right? So the 10-year wait. At year 11, they say, hey, I want to activate accelerated withdrawals. Perfect. You can do that. You satisfied your wait. Here you go. Your benefit value is $358,625. We're going to pay you out $35,863 for the next 10 years. Pretty simple. After 10 years, the contract is done. All right. Now I want everybody to pay close attention to line 15 there. You see how the account value and benefit value is 0. If the client passes away and the account value and benefit value is 0, but there's still remaining payments to be paid out, unfortunately, those are not paid out, okay? So it's key to talk to your clients to make them understand that they would really ideally need to live to make sure they can capture all of those payment periods based upon the product that they choose. Now let's talk about this enhanced death benefit. This is another option for the beneficiaries, right? So instead of a lump sum being paid out to the beneficiaries from the account value, the beneficiaries can choose to receive the enhanced death benefit, which is essentially the remaining benefit value or the benefit value that's paid out to them over a period of 5 years. So let's look at an example. We're going to take that increasing income story we saw earlier from the Vega 14, putting $100,000 in. We're going to start income, and we're going to assume the client passes away in year 16. So the beneficiaries have the choice. They can either take that $85,932 as a lump sum, or they can take that $239,616 and have it paid out to them over 5 years. I call it the lottery death benefit, right? You can either have a smaller portion up front or a larger portion over time. So again, another flexible benefit inside of this contract. Now you might be thinking, Tim, hey, 7-10 years, that's quite a while before my clients can touch any money. Are there any liquidity options? Absolutely. So we allow for RMDs to be taken available immediately. We still hold true at that 5% free withdrawal after the first contract year. Your annuitization is up on the right-hand corner, and we still have those awesome additional benefits such as home health care, nursing home, and terminal illness on the Vega product. Now, Vega looks like it is a very powerful income tool, but it can also be used as a wealth transfer opportunity as well because of the two different forms of death benefit options that are available as a lump sum or the benefit value over 5 years. Now, I want to note something, all right, and I'm going to repeat this twice. Spousal continuation is available on Vega unless the accelerated withdrawal feature is elected, okay? I want to make that very clear. If the accelerated withdrawal feature is elected, spousal continuation is not available. Now we gotta love compliance, right? I love showing these charts because it looks like a bunch of numbers on a page and I know everybody's eager to see these, right? No, I'm just kidding. But here's the withdrawal charges for Vega, all right? You can access more of this information on our website as well, on our product highlight sheet. And here they are for the Vega bonus chassis. Now let's take an example. As you may have seen in those charts, we do have an interest recovery. We are unique with the way that we do our surrender charges, and partly because that allows us to create products without fees. So as an example to kind of walk through how this interest recovery actually works, we're going to look at the Vega 7. We're going to assume the client put in $100,000 premium, and at the end of year 3, let's just say the account value grew to $115. The beginning of year 4, the client throws its hands up, throws his or her hands up and says, hey, I give up. I want my money. I want to buy a Winnebago and drive across the country. Well, hey, they have the option to do that, right? So they're going to surrender this contract. Here's how it works. The withdrawal charge only applies to the premium that the client brought to the table. At this point in time, there's a 10% withdrawal charge. So it's a 10% against their premium. So that's $10,000. The interest recovery is recapturing interest. So they earned $15,000. We're going to take back 85% of that. We put those back together. That means the cash value the client would receive is $92,250. Now, many of you are probably thinking, that's not so great. How do we get around that? Well, hey, here's what I tell everybody. If you're going to compare an apple, you better look at another apple, right? So look at other surrender charges. If you're going to compare our surrender charge, you better compare another surrender charge on another product. I can tell you, even our surrender charges are competitive, especially against those competitors that have fees built into their product. Now, how do we position this case? How do we position Vega? I'm going to go over 2 different case studies, all right? How I think some really big opportunities are available for everybody on this call. The first one that we're going to look at is an income gap, all right? With an income gap, we have Anna, she's 65, she's ready to retire, but she has this income gap from 76 to 85. She's not quite sure how to fill it, but she's looking for the highest payout possible. Fortunately, one of the IAMS agents on this call today was able to help Anna out. And guess what? They recommended the Vega 14 because of the accelerated withdrawal option. Now, what that will do is we're going to look at an illustration. And by the way, this is what you're going to see when you run an illustration on our website, okay? We put in $100,000. We have to pay close attention to these multipliers, right? Look at the buildup in interest credits that are being seen in the benefit value. So at the end of 10 years, we have to wait 10 years, as I said earlier, before these withdrawals can be activated on the 14. So at the end of 10 years, the benefit value grew to 325, 303. This is the time Anna has an income gap. Well, guess what? We solved that for you, Anna, because now you're going to start getting 32,530 for the next 10 years. After 10 years is done, it's over, right? Pay close attention to when the benefit value and account value is depleted, just to be sure that Anna's comfortable and knows that if she passes, the remaining payouts are not paid out. Now, case study number 2. I think this is a real life example, especially right now with all the news we're hearing. So we have, it's not showing up for me. So Bill, he's concerned about the cost of living adjustment, all right, which is probably true. We're at all-time high inflation, but he's also concerned about legacy planning. But he wants to live his dream and retire at 65. How can Bill do this? Well, with Vega 10, we could solve that problem for Bill with increasing withdrawals. Take a look at this illustration. At the end of 10 years, Bill's benefit value was $283,796. Bill starts taking income, 11,352. But remember, we have the beauty of the payout multiplier. So Bill received over a 4% interest credit. We apply the payout multiplier of 175 on the Vega 10. That means the benefit rate is 715, and Bill's income increases the next year to over $12,000. But check this out. If Bill lived to age 90 in this illustration, at age 90, Bill would be receiving a check for just under $63,000. This is off a $100,000 premium. And better yet, he withdrew from this contract over $730,000. This is a crazy good story that you could show clients, say, look, we can offer you increasing income based upon how the performance of the account value works with the power of the multipliers. Now at launch, we just issued our very first policies, believe it or not, on the 12th of this month. And we are active in 32 states for the 7 and 10 year. Okay, there they are in dark blue. We have 7 more coming out at the end of Q1 of 2022. And the ones in gray, we're just not quite there yet, but we are actively working on getting those states approved as well. And for the 14, it's just a little bit more restrictive. 25 gave us the green light. 9 of them are, just not quite there yet. And 15 of them just said, nah, we really don't care for those long-term products, but stick with the 7 and 10. So here we are. That's where we are approved for the 7, 10, and 14-year products. Now for the first 100 apps, believe it or not, there is still a little bit of time to be one of the first 100 apps in the door at SILAC. We're gonna send you one of these astrolobes. Do not ask me what it does. Somebody told me pirates use it to find treasure or stars. I'm not exactly sure, but we will send you one of these astrolobes for being one of the first 100 apps in the door. As I mentioned before, our microsite, this is a very cool tool. If you just want to pull up a real quick reference to access our product brochures, our highlight sheets, whatever it may be, scan that QR code. A lot of people take papers, this and that. I know where papers go. When I was an agent, they go in a filing cabinet, especially one that's a circle underneath your desk, right? With a phone, you will not throw your phone away. It will always be on you. So take a snippet or a screenshot of that QR code. It'll go straight to our microsite where you have access all the time to our product highlight sheets for not only Vega, but the rest of our product lineup. And lastly, our internal replacements. If any of you have written any piece of business, whether it be on Denali or Teton, and say, man, I really wish I would have known about this product earlier, my client may want to change. Here are the guidelines for pending applications and issued policies. I'm going to leave those up there for you all to read. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Lisa and Andre to see if we have any questions that we could help anybody out with regarding the Vega product.
Thanks, Tim, for that overview. I was looking at the chat section. I didn't see anything, but Lisa, please, if there's something else that we need to address outside of what Tim went over, please let us know.
Nope. I was just going to say thanks, Tim and Andre, for your time today. Doesn't look like we have any questions. I am going to throw up a poll here. For those of you that are not yet contracted with SILAC, it's a really easy process. We'll check yes here, and we'll make that happen for you. So you have access to Vega as well as the rest of their very competitive products. So with that, I'll leave this up just for a moment. Again, you guys, I can't thank you enough for your time today. You do a wonderful job, and I look forward to our next one. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.